Hey guys, so today I'm going to be recording my 1-year breastfeeding update. I can't even believe that she's almost a year old. She'll be a year old in 2 days on the 26th of March. And making it to a year has been like the biggest milestone and the biggest accomplishment and something that I'm really proud of. Making it to a year with her meant reaching my goal. I had a couple goals with breastfeeding, and one of them was getting through the first day, first of all, because I was in so much pain. Breastfeeding is not as natural as a lot of people make it seem, even though that's how we've evolved as a species. But it's hard, and it was just hard. Well, so after making it through those first couple days, waiting for my milk to come in and just making it not hurt so much, I was sore pretty much until 6 weeks. But, so my goal was making it through the first couple days, and then making it to 6 months, and then now we finally made it to a year. So now we're actually to the point where if she wanted to stop nursing, then I would be content with it, just because I've put in my year. If she wants to stop and she's ready to stop, then, you know, it's kind of on her now. So now that we're at a year, a couple things are actually starting to change with her. She's starting to be a lot more interested in solids, and which means she's nursing a little bit less. I would say though that her primary source of nutrition is still breast, and she still nurses. I mean, she nurses a lot still, probably. It's still, I guess, about every 2 hours, but she does eat a lot more solids. She still nurses at night, and she still nurses when she goes to bed. And when she wakes up in the middle of the night to want to eat, she wakes up 1 or 2 times. Sometimes she won't wake up until, I don't know, like 4 in the morning, and then other times she'll be back up at like 10 o'clock to nurse. And since she sleeps in our bed still, it does make it a little bit easier. But now, being at that 1 year mark, I'm actually to the point where I would want to maybe transition her to a cup, or like a soft spouted sippy cup, just because I want a life too. Like, I would love to be able to go out to a girls' night and not, you know, have my child freaking out because she wants her boobs. And we're also going to be going to a military ball on May 2nd, I think. So over this past weekend, it's my goal to like get her on something other than the boob. She will get the boob too, but just to be able to get used to it. And we've actually had some success, but she still wants the boob. She'll take the bottle if she gets hungry enough, but again, I don't want to make my daughter cry for a boob, you know. So that I'm kind of at like I'm between a rock and a hard place right now, because I do want to get her on the cup or something, but she also would have to nurse at night, because if we would leave her, we would be leaving her with our neighbor, and she would have to put her to bed because we would leave in the evening. So that's the part I'm struggling with the most, is to try and get her to go to sleep, and if she wakes up in the middle of the night, to be content with a bottle. And it's hard. I wish that I did it sooner, but we never really had a reason to, I guess, just because I was always here. But now that we're at the 1 year mark, I'm ready. I put in my time, so I'm definitely ready. If you guys have any like insight on transitioning to a cup along with boobs, then that would be great, because I don't know what I'm doing here. So, but a couple of things have changed in regards to my boobs. I still get kind of engorged if she goes a little bit of a longer time in between feedings, and I'm not sure why. I thought that eventually it would kind of like regulate, but if I go like 4 hours without nursing her, then they get engorged, and one of them more than the other. Not so engorged like the early breastfeeding days, but just full, I guess, just really full. My boobs also, I'm not sure if this is normal, but just recently they're starting to get tender again, almost like those first couple breastfeeding days. And I have noticed though that right just around my nipple, there's around the part that sticks out, I guess, there'll be teeth marks on the outside of that, and I'm not really sure why. I was under the assumption that when you nurse, the tongue is out blocking the teeth, but there'll still be teeth marks there, so I'm not really sure why that is, but I do definitely get sore. I'm just getting to the point now to where, since when I first had her, about I can't remember how long after she was born that I started pumping. But I did have a really good freezer stash built up. And then I ended up donating it to a lady that adopted a baby a couple hours away. And so I lost all my stash. And I was content with donating it because it would help her out. And I had no use for it because she didn't take a bottle. I actually wish now, though, that I saved it and used that milk to get her on a bottle, because now pumping and building up a freezer stash after you haven't pumped in a long time, it's hard. I was to the point where I would pump for like 40 minutes on each side and just get drops. Well, since then I've started eating a lot more oatmeal and drinking a lot of water. Like, I drink a lot of water normally, but I was drinking like tons and tons of water and taking all these vitamins just to get I have no issues with supply. It's pumping, I guess, because my boobs aren't used to it and they're just used to her. But it was hard pumping. So now I actually have about 20 ounces in the freezer that I've got just this past weekend. And what I've been doing, though, is just pumping every time she wants to nurse. And because I found that when I do that, or when I massage them, like before I go to pump, I'll sit there and massage them and kind of do some things with my nipples that she would do. It seems to start getting them a lot fuller, and it's a lot easier to pump. So that's what I've been doing. At a year, I've been bitten a couple times. Not too many to where it would kind of like make me want to stop early, but she does bite, and I found out that it's when she's like half asleep and kind of lazy, and when she falls asleep, well, when she wakes up, I guess, I'll go and I'll just lay on my side and let her nurse that way, just because it's easier on both of us, and I nurse her, and then she goes right back to sleep. Well, when she does go back to sleep, she does get lazy, and she usually keeps my boob in her mouth until, I guess, she rolls over or something like that, or I roll over and it pulls out. But that's when she bites, is when she gets lazy and is asleep and doesn't realize she's doing it. So that's something that I could definitely live without. As far as weaning goes, though, the main reason why I'm so scared to get her dependent on a cup or to be able to just use it in any given circumstance is because I'm scared that her rejecting a bottle of breast milk will make her, I guess, just wean early. Like, sometimes, though she does take a bottle sometimes, and we just discovered that this past weekend, she still gets to the point where she's mad and she would rather suck her thumb than eat, and that scares me. Like, it makes me really sad when, and it's not that she's screaming, it's that I offer her the bottle and she wants the boob. She'll touch my boob when she wants it, or she'll point, and I refuse and try giving her the bottle, and she would just rather have her thumb. So I'm scared. I don't think that she would wean for a long time, but just doing that, and it makes me feel bad and kind of selfish in a way. Does that make sense? Do you guys have any experience with this? Because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, and I would love to, in a perfect world, I would give her a bottle and the breast and she would be fine, but I'm just scared that she's gonna wean early, and I really don't want. I've also been trying to get my husband to feed her, but since we co-sleep and I breastfeed her during the night, nobody can soothe her but me. And so that's kind of, it's just frustrating, because like I said, when we go to the ball, we're gonna have to leave her like in the evening, and somebody's gonna have to put her to bed. My neighbor's gonna have to put her to bed, and so I'm just sad. I don't know. I feel like, am I rushing things? I'm not sure. Regardless, she still nurses, even though we're trying to get her eventually. It's not that I give in, but there will be times where I'll offer her the bottle, and then times where I'll let her have the breast, because I'm also scared too that she'll forget how to nurse. Will they? I mean, I know in the first couple days or weeks or months they can get nipple confusion, but at almost 8 years old, will she still want the boob after she gets used to a cup or anything like that? I'm not sure. But the one brand of bottle that she will take, and I'm so hesitant on getting her on a bottle because she's almost a year old. Isn't that like the norm when you would stop formula feeding? I'm not sure. But the only brand of actual bottle that she'll take, which I'm scared of getting her used to a bottle because I don't want her to be super dependent on that at a later age. But the only brand that she'll take is the MAM brand, M-A-M. I bought them just from Amazon. They came in a pack of 2 pinks and a purple, and those are the only ones that she'll take. And she actually nurses, well, she eats off of that just as if she would be nursing. That works. I think maybe that'll be what we use the night that we go out. I'm not sure. But after that one night, we'll be gone, I don't know, like 6 hours. But the reason why I wouldn't be so pushy on getting her on it, but the ball is an hour away, so it's not like it's 5 minutes down the road and I can just come home. It's that we're going to be gone, and this is the first time that we're going to be leaving her with anybody, and it's scary, and I just don't want her to be mad at me, or I don't know. But we still have 2 months, I guess, a month and a half to get her on it. And I don't know, I just think that it's time for her to learn how to use the cup, and she does drink out of a cup, like a camelback cup. She's mastered that. She'll drink water out of that cup or whatever, but she needs something that's gonna comfort her at night and to get her to be able to fall asleep on it. So my only options really are a bottle or some kind of soft spotted sippy cup. This is a piece of silk at night, and she nurses and holds the silk to her face, and my son did the same thing. But she'll do that, or that's after she's done nursing at night. If I'm still awake, she'll suck her thumb and have the silk right here. We call it a yank. My son made it. So that's what we're doing, I guess, right now as far as breastfeeding. She does, like I said, she eats solids, she eats egg, she eats a lot of stuff. I try to give her just what we do. She eats the freeze-dried yogurt bites that we make, and she likes the Peter Rabbit organic fruit pouches. They're about that big, and they have a little screw-on cap, and I usually take those with us wherever we go, or she eats them at home, or I'll give her in a bowl with a spoon. And because she's getting really good at using a spoon and a fork for things, and so that I guess helps with solids a little bit, because she likes the fun colors on the spoon, the different textures. But I would like to start pushing solids more, just so that I know, especially with us trying to get her on a cup, I would love to know that she's getting all of the nutrients, even if she's kind of refusing the breast. Because right now she's to the point where if she wanted to just eat solids, then that's what she wants to do, and she's already gotten all the necessary nutrients, I guess, out of breast milk. Though I know getting all of the nutrients from breast milk don't stop at a year, but she has gotten the necessary ones in order to be healthy and thrive, and I've done my time, so now it's just up to her on when she wants to stop nursing. I would never make her wean or anything like that. My goal is to just let her go until she's done, or and it's kind of a mutual thing. Right now, like I said, I'm to the point where if she wanted to be done, then I'm not gonna force her. Yeah, I guess that's where we are at a year, and I'm happy, I'm content right now. Just gotta get her on a cup or something else, like I said. So my camera keeps blinking because it's gonna die, and it keeps shutting off because my card's full. So that's my 1 year breastfeeding update, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.